All right, friends, we back for some more Kamigawa Sealed in preparation of the Arena Open later this week. So thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe. It does help out the channel. Thanks for supporting the stream and the YouTubes. Let's go ahead and open our packs and see what we got. All right, quite a few good rares. In fact, all of the rares here are pretty darn good. The mech's great. Kami's great. Boseiju is amazing. Probably the best rare I opened, honestly, just because it's so versatile, right? Early game, you can play it out as a land, but late game, it becomes a really good removal spell. Ryu, solid. Land Sash, good. And Hidetsugu, very, very powerful as well. So, if you watched yesterday's video, basically what I like trying to do is just pulling out all of the playable cards from each color and then going from there. Although it looks like in white, we can already tell it's kind of weak, so it's probably going to be more of a splash color than anything else, but we'll go ahead and pull out the playable cards. Let's see, in blue. Blue is unplayable. Look at that. It has a Mind Link mech, a Puzzle Maker, and then some not very good cards. So there could be a place where I splash the mech, but besides that, blue looks like just not something we can do here. Black, okay, I mean, these are playable, but not amazing. Shrine, playables, let's look at red now. Synthesizer, Kumano, Battery, Ronin, okay. Red's got a lot of playables. I don't know how good they are overall, though. Azusa, Jukai, Kami, playable. Playables. Got a Circuit Mender, 2 terminals for potential splashing. Maybe a Colossus. Okay, and fixing wise, we have a Rugged Highlands and a Scoured Barrens for our non-basic dual lands. What do we got going on here? I mean, red's really good and aggressive and has a lot of burn spells. Kami Flare, 2 Surges, Discharge, and then a bunch of 1-drops in addition to the 2 Boar. But I don't know if going aggro is as good as potentially going, I think, Jund here. Jund maybe trying to splash the, like, turtle for extra value as well. I don't think white is what we want to be doing here. Let's see, what would I play in white? Can't really splash that. Sash is good, but also not very splashable. I would play all of these cards in white if we wanted to splash that, but they might not have the best synergies. Probably not going to splash the mech standalone. Yeah, see, the problem with the red is that besides the burn spells, which are just going to be good in general, it's really, really aggro, which I don't think we want to be, like, we don't want to be running slings and Ronins and rabbit batteries, you know, in a deck that doesn't try to kill the opponent super, super quickly, which is not always the best strategy in Sealed. For Sealed, I like building the super aggro decks if you don't have the high power available, or, I mean, sometimes, obviously, you just open some crazy good aggressive decks, but I don't think that's normally the strategy you want to go with. So yeah, my guess is we might just end up splashing these burn spells here. And yeah, look at how many 1-drops in red we have otherwise. I mean, there's probably some, like, mediocre red-white aggro deck. But I don't, again, that's not what you want to be, or at least that's not what I want to be doing here. I think we're going to try to go, like, Jund. But then again, I don't even know if I want to splash these red burn spells. It might not even be necessary. I've actually come down quite a bit on the burn spells anyways. But I suppose if we're running, say, Hidetsugu, we definitely want to run at least a couple red sources for that ability. Although, how good is black? Actually, black looks really bad, except for Hidetsugu and maybe Life of Toshiro. So I guess we could go like red, green, maybe splash black. How good is my green? I guess now is the question. Looks decent. Got a couple of good sagas. Got some good creature quality. Got a spinning wheel kick. And it also does give us access to both Seiju, which is a big plus as well. We could just try to go 5-color good cards. But yeah, now that I look at the black, I just don't think it's worth it, save for Hidetsugu and maybe Life of Toshiro. But yeah, the red 1-drops just don't mesh with the rest of the deck. Probably not going to be running that Ryu. We're probably not going to run the Companion. Automaton, I doubt is going to end up being very good here. Let's cut the white for now. What happens if I cut all these red cards, maybe except for the synthesizers? Artifact count is now at, what, 7? We're probably cutting that. Probably cutting Automaton. We're not going to run that. That's bad. Don't need Story Reeve. So is this a good deck? I guess this is just green splashing red black. Is that a thing here? Could be. I mean, I kind of like trying to do the 5-color good cards and running both network terminals. And then maybe we can get the Imperial Oath in there after all. Turtle's the only blue card we're splashing. I don't think the mech would make the cut. I guess we're not going to run Synthesizer then in a 5-color deck. It's just super awkward. Any other white cards we're splashing for? No, not the Sash. Maybe the Arrest. Maybe the Repel. Man, these red cards just don't look great to me, though. Like I said, the burn spells are not that good. I guess I could still just run these boar for the top end if we really wanted to. Let's see, we're at 22 playables right now. We do want some number of, I guess, artifacts for the terminals. What to do, what to do. Maybe the Long Reach of Night is still worth it. I don't think the Black Shrine stand alone is worth a splash. Yeah, this is interesting. And I'm sure anybody watching has a ton of different opinions on how they would build the deck. I mean, I don't think there's necessarily like a right answer. Just depends on what you like doing, because I'm sure somebody would in fact try to build like the red super aggro deck, and I don't think that would be a bad game plan. But I'm gonna go with the slower, more powerful green stuff here. Enchantment count is 9 for the Kami, so that's good. Yeah, I guess I don't mind running an Iron Hoof Boar at the end of the day. I don't want to splash one of these nonsense cards, Long Reach of Night or something. The board just looks kind of out of place though, doesn't it? That's the nice thing about Sealed. You have so many different builds and so many different strategies you can do. So how do I deal with a big threat is the problem then, right? Because all these burn spells only kill a small thing. Yeah, like we don't have a way to kill a fat creature, which is where like the Arrest and the Repel the Vial could actually be a little more useful, you know? Maybe that's what we do. Maybe we just go like this. Well, 5-color nonsense. I wish I had a Seasons of Renewal to buy back some value from the graveyard. Ooh, creature count is actually really low. How many sagas do I have? 1, 2... Oh, I guess I have Oath and Emergence. Those also count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so we actually have more creatures than initially looks. Yeah, I kind of like the look of this thing. I think Roaring Earth can probably be a cut then. Probably want the Long Reach of Night in Sealed too. Debating cutting one of these Voltage Surges. Or maybe like both of the Voltage Surges and just going heavier on white, perhaps? White better than red here, maybe. Because these red cards you would want early, except for maybe like Flame Discharge. In fact, maybe I'm just not running red. Maybe we just run a slight red splash for Hidetsugu. I could talk myself into doing something more like this. More like some Abzan value nonsense. I've never found this Heir of the Ancient Fang to be very good. Maybe then Lion Sash becomes a thing. That seems strong enough too. I don't know if I would splash the Spirited Companion, and then maybe the Sky Blessed Samurai comes in. But then how is my removal overall? Let's see, Repel, Arrest, Kick, Toshiro. So we lose the small burn spells, huh? Yeah, I'd be willing to still splash the Flame Discharge then. This looks fun. Let's try this. By no means am I saying this is the perfect build, but it looks like a fun build and it runs the majority of my most powerful cards. And I think I would rather try this strategy than do some red aggro deck where I'm running like 5 1-drops. Okay, yeah, let's do it. Our fixing, we have 2 network terminals, a terrarium, a couple of dual lands, so looks maybe a little bit messy, but it's not as messy as it might appear. 2 planes should be efficient. 1 island. 3 swamps maybe. 1 mountain. And then we do need a lot of green sources. So that would be 7, 8, 9 green sources. Oh, that's actually pretty good. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. We actually want to go down on black and up on white then. And remember, we have 2 terminals and a terrarium as well. Alright, I like this. Little 5-color, 5-colored sealed pool here. Let's go. Should be a fun one. On the play. It's not great. We don't have any of our good early green cards, but I guess I'm not gonna mulligan this. Looks pretty messy. Not sure what I'm hoping to draw here. Go ahead and just run out the sash. Tales of Master Seshiro. Yeah, we're probably just gonna run out the emergence on turn 4, even though we won't be able to attack immediately. The Restoration of Iganjo. Yeah, okay. The green source. So there's no chance for me, like if I hadn't tapped out, there's no chance for me to like respond to them discarding a card and then getting a card back. There's no window there because it's all one action. It's like a Golden Tail Disciple. Kami, we needed you a few turns ago. Alright, let's attack for 4. And do I want to get the Kami out, or do I want to get the Tails online ASAP? I think we're just going to get the Tails online. Start pumping the Sash, since it has good synergy. With +1/+1 counters, of course. Moonsnare Specialist, bouncing my forest is a pretty good play. Unfortunate. Be very surprised if they didn't attack here, yeah. Alright, so we get to pump up our Sash again. Yeah, this is not too bad though. We get to go Kami of Transience. Azusa, pump our Kami. And pass the turn here. We can pump up our Sash by eating our own emergence from the graveyard. Next turn, we're going to get another 5/5 haste. Can also play our Sky Blessed Samurai. Completion on my Kami, sure. Oh, don't tell me that you have a lucky offering too. That would be really bad. Right. Well, the opponents had some pretty good answers for me. Yeesh. We're not out of it yet, though. Okay. I don't mind chumping when they're at 21 life. Yeah, I mean, our creatures are still the biggest on the battlefield, so hopefully they don't have any more removal. We're also about to get another 3/3 from the Journey next turn. That's fine. Sure. Alright, yep. So we have a better board position than they do. It looks like they've just about run out of resources now. But yeah, look how bad those red burn spells would be here. Like, Kami Flare sure could kill one of their 2/3s. Voltage Surges would be terrible since we don't have that many artifacts to sack. Flame Discharge would be okay, but I'm not gonna lie, these black cards are slightly awkward. I think this is a pretty easy attack with our Samurai. Because even if they have a kill spell for my 5/5, we have a good double block on their like 4/5 and whatnot. How many black sources do I have in this deck? Quite a few, right? I have, I believe, 2 swamps, Scoured Barrens, 2 network terminals, Terrarium. Was that 6 or 7 black sources? Oh, they are crewing for some reason. That's not good. What is going on here? The Puzzle Maker is kind of annoying, because what they can do with the Puzzle Maker if they don't want to attack with it is, like, crew the vehicle with it, right? And just get some extra scries every turn. Not sure what them crewing the prototype means. What on earth is happening here? Well, on the surface of things, we have some good blocks. Oh, is this the... There's that white card that gives +2/+2 to 2 different creatures? There's also the +2/+2 that if the creature's enchantment or legendary, it gets a 1/1 counter. Those are the only 2 cards I can think of here. So if that's the case, I need to put at least 7 damage on the Architect. The problem with blocking... again is if it is the +2/+2, they get to kill my 5/5 and my 3/3 here. But I guess we kind of have to force the action out. Maybe they have nothing? Huh. I'm confused, but I will happily accept whatever play that was. What just happened? Alright, let's get the Saga on, the Long Reach of Night online first, while they have a card in their hand. I mean, they can just sack a 1/1 token if they like the card, but if it's like a land in their hand, they'll probably discard it, which is also good information. We do get to attack for 5 vigilance here. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Because now they're... I don't know. Maybe they just got impatient. Okay. Maybe they just have Farewell in their hand. I mean, I guess it could still be the +2/+2. But it feels like if they had it, they would have used it last turn. Alright. This could be a huge bait from them. Oh god, I don't even... I still kind of want to play around +5/+5, or +2/+2 on multiple creatures. Which means maybe I just block like this instead and just take 3. I'm starting to think more and more they just have Farewell in their hand. Oh, okay. Okay, that makes a little bit of sense too. Kind of? Yeah. Kind of, maybe? I could pressure them pretty well here. If I pump my likeness, get to attack with all 3. Okay. I don't know what this game is. Green or blue shrine rather is the draw. Sure. So our Long Reach of Night's gonna flip next turn. See if we want to pump something. The restoration's gonna flip as well. My attacks on the ground are no longer all that great, because they have the vehicle as a 4/5 that can double block pretty well. Okay, I think we want to just gain life here now. So we do the Jukai Preserver. We can pump up our Samurai and put him on a 2-turn air clock. And they're going to have one draw step to find something then. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, I should probably still attack with the 5/5 Vigilance on the ground. Because we want to trade with their prototype vehicle if given the opportunity. Because if they do have a Farewell in their deck, they could just choose to kill all creatures. And the prototype would live through that. So by trading my 5/5 for their 4/5, we actually kind of save ourselves versus a potential Farewell. They chumped with their creature again for some reason. Alright, land's a good one for us. Another network terminal. Doesn't look great, but it actually is, because that gives us a second artifact to loot off of. And let's see, do we play this out? They can go back up to 8. They go block, block, block. Take, yep, seems good. So barring some kind of draw, we just attack for lethal. No swamps, no problem. Well, what you got? One card. Hello? Don't you do this to me. Rest in pepperonis, my friends. I'm gonna assume that they probably drew nothing good. But that's just me. Quality content was the thorough demoralization of the opponent. Clearly, they've had enough. Ay, 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 ay. I'm sure they've already turned off their client, punched their monitor already, so they probably don't even see my emotes anymore. Oh, they played their land. Yeah, they're just salty. They did draw a lot of land. Not going to deny that fact. Oh, yawn. Alright, 1-0. What did we learn from that game? Nothing much. Again, I think it's the deck building that's the most interesting part of this. And if you're not playing best of 3, which I won't be doing on day 1 of the Arena Open, best of 1 is just easier to qualify with. Then the sideboarding into like a completely new deck or whatever is not relevant. Alright, on the draw here for our next game. Yeah, looks like a sad keep. Very sad keep. Hopefully the opponent doesn't have too much to do in the first couple of turns. Thankfully, it appears they do not. Red, black. Ooh, they're gonna run out the naked Biting Palm Ninja. Yikes. That is something we want to arrest immediately. That card is just way too good. Into a Steel Breaker, sure. Let's play our Terminal out. Holding up the Sky Turtle bounce ability. Yep. Do they have another ninja? No. I guess our Long Reach of Night's not really a combo with our arrest. Right? Because instead of discarding a card, they would just sack their ninja there. So I guess Imperial Oath is probably a slightly better play this turn. And then, okay, that works out. We can play Kami plus one of our enchantments, or we could just slam the turtle next turn as well. I am happy with this. If they want to use an exploit and a voltage surge, or a Kami flare, absolutely. Our Imperial Oath just ate 2 removal spells and still left us with a 2/2. Okay, let's go ahead and attack for 2 vigilance. I'm gonna go ahead and play the Long Reach of Night this turn. Because it's gonna get some value on the second trigger, it looks like. And they're gonna have that Biting Palm around for a while anyways. This way we can make them sack their Biting Palm before they do something, and I don't know how they could get it back, but maybe they draw that Reckoner's Bargain, sack a creature, you know, draw 2 cards. And we're going to hold this forest in case they have Virus Beetle, since they are playing black. Yep, as expected, that's fine. Assassin's, whatever it's called, would not be surprising here. Oh, they have another graveyard. Okay, so Takenuma, get back their Biting Palm. Milled some pump effects. Yep. If I don't block here, they're gonna ninjutsu and eat one of the cards from my hand. If they want to use a removal spell here, I'm okay with that. The Kami's very, very easy to come back. And remember, all these samurai have already been super useful on value. Oh, sure, this is fine. Whatever. Definitely don't care about that one. Okay, that's fine too. gonna have to discard a card. Unless they want to sack their Steelbreaker. Okay. And do we want to play out the turtle here? Probably. Excuse me. I think I muted in time. Whew. Okay. They drew the bad duress type card. They took my samurai. They're going to play their 3/3 menace. Our long reach of knight's going to flip. Let's see, we have 6, 7 mana, so not quite. So we're just going to play out the tails this turn. Give our turtle vigilance. Attack for 7. If they drew a removal spell this turn for my turtle, we could have a problem. And they just gave up, so apparently they did not. So yeah, it looks like they tried to build a more or less red-black aggressive strategy, and our cards were just a little bit too powerful in comparison. Going well so far. I guess hopefully what this is showcasing that, or hopefully what this is showcasing is that, you know, don't be afraid to play a bunch of colors in Sealed. The main thing about Sealed is playing your most powerful cards. Sadly, this is not a keeper. We only have green. We'll ship it down to 6. That looks a lot better, especially when you mulligan that samurai away. Then it looks like we just have a good Jund list here. Ooh, Terminal's a good draw. Red white with the Aki Ronin. Okay. Yeah, so they're gonna get some rummaging in since I don't have anything to do to that right now, but that's fine. I think I'm probably gonna let them rummage a few times. I think instead of Hidetsugu, we want to get the Boseiju online ASAP. Right, because this is gonna be a couple turns away from flipping into a creature, so get it online first. Yeah. I think that's the play. Gonna take a bit of damage here, but so they can decide if they want to hit me for 4 or if they only want to hit me for, I guess now they can decide if they want to hit me for 5 or hit me for 4 and get a rummage in. Yep, discard another land. So we are giving them time to find stuff. Boseiju was not the best draw versus them, unfortunately. Okay. Let's get Hidetsugu online. Now they can still attack with just the Subduer. Tap the Hidetsugu. Get another rummage. It's gonna be their 3rd rummage. Yeah, I've let them filter 3 lands into new cards, which is not great, but what are you gonna do? Nothing? That's kind of scary. Well, I think we want... Wait, we might just want to activate Hidetsugu. Although if they didn't kill Hidetsugu, then they might not have a removal spell for it. I shouldn't have played my land out if that was the case. In fact... Let's just get another fatty online. Oh, do they have, No, I think they would have killed Hidetsugu already. I'm not going to attack here. I'm just going to pass. They didn't do anything? Huh. Really confused now. Okay, tapping both Seiju. No rummage. I am gonna block. Okay. I guess they're just gonna use a small removal spell. I don't really mind that Hidetsugu dies here then. Obviously the ability's insane, but I just have 2 fat creatures. Make that 3 fat creatures now. Seems like I should start attacking for 8, huh? Chonk. We're getting another 5/5 vigilance next turn. Ooh, they have a Ryu. That is one I'm going to go ahead and fire off. And remember, my branch of Boseiju has the 1/1 counter on it, so it's modified. Okay, let's smash. We could Boseiju the twin shot sniper, but I think we'd rather wait for a better target. Maybe if they have like an arrest or something. Just takes 9. Well, I don't think they have farewell, because they played Ryu last turn, and I think that would have been a good turn for them to Wrath, so good game indeed. Yeah, I mean, just they played Ryu, which was very good, and Sniper's great, but the overall power level of my cards was just so much higher, right? Raw power wins again. I actually really like the network terminals. I didn't initially like them, but they've actually come in pretty good usefulness. It ramps, it fixes, but then it also lets you filter, right? And that's a unique ability of a mana rock. Usually these things, you know, they only have the first ability of adding one of any color, but in this format, or rather these cards in this format especially, help to just let you dig for something more relevant or get out of a flood. On the draw here, I decided to keep the hand. It's not great, but we do have turn 2 Kami into our terminal, so good enough to keep, certainly. I could probably be running 16 land in this deck. I have a terrarium, and then I have the double terminal. I don't love counting terminals as land, though, because you do need to get to 3 mana to cast them in the first place, so... Whereas with terrarium, you only need 2 lands. But the fact that I also have 2 terrariums means running more land is not the worst, right? Because then you can cycle away. Another Ronin player. We drew Daddy Hidetsugu again. Nice. Pardue. Twin shot sniper. That's pretty good. Getting flashbacks from last game. I assume if they have a land, they're going to pitch it. The scarier thing would be them not pitching anything. I'm actually a little bit surprised they got rid of their centipede. I'm gonna lead on the Preserver here. It's the same size as Hidetsugu. And if they have another removal spell, I'd rather them use it on this. Furthermore, it's another enchantment, so if I draw an untapped land, we can go Preserver into Blessed Samurai. I think that makes sense. Sona, okay. That doesn't do anything here. 3/3 haste, but can't attack into a 4/4. Did draw land, so we'll just go ahead and slam out our Samurai. And now we have a pretty good setup next turn. Not setup, but pretty good wheel kick next turn. I'm not going to want to use it unless they tap out, but we should be able to kill 2 creatures. Perfect. I would guess they're probably going to scoop after I wheel kick their Naomi and their Risona. Maybe not, though. Lucky Offering, okay. Well, they're gonna need something pretty spectacular given that I have 3 4/4s. Oh, that was a very good draw for them. Absolutely. Very good draw. Probably not going to be quite good enough. Hidetsugu only needs to hit a 3-mana spell to win the game here. There's no guarantee of that. Only a 2. Womp womp. Well, I guess we want to shoot their face, play the terrarium, put the 1/1 counter on the samurai. Might as well show them we got 5 colors here. They did top something, so... We'll see if whatever they topped is a way to deal with my flyer, though. They topped that. Interesting. Okay. GG's. Yep, get your attack in with everything. And then pick them up. Alright. I'm sensing a good theme here. My opponents are all playing red aggressive creatures, and I'm playing fat green cards. And I'm winning. We are on the play here. Not a great hand, but I'm once again gonna keep it. We'd love to find one of our network terminals again. That's a pretty good draw, actually. It's a really good draw. Play a 2-1. I will accept the 1-1. Go ahead and just Life of Toshiro right now. Get our Kami out of Voltage Surge range. What are they doing? OP, no. No, my friend, no! Sadly, we're gonna just have to play out the Boseiju as a land here. And we're hoping to draw another untapped land next turn for Tails. Not quite, but it is actually a very good draw, because that lets me go grab a red source, and then because our Kami already has a 1/1 counter on it, we're able to Flame Discharge and just kill their 3/4 right now. Smack in for 5. And Memory of Toshiro can actually help us cast the Spinning Wheel Kick, so if they do play 2 creatures out randomly, we can Wheel Kick both of them. Although odds are I'm just going to be playing out the Tails next turn. Don't think that matters to us. What? What? Oh, I guess they're just dead. I count 9 with this. That will work. You're just running over the competition. What's our record now? 5-0? 4-0? 5. I think it's 5, right? 2 more. Hey, if this was day 1 of the Arena Open, I'd be really pleased. On the draw. Keeper. We actually have usable lands with the Azusa. We have a removal spell that we can cast, and we have another piece of ramp / creature. So it's a keep. It's not good, but it's a keep. Ooh, they have the Reckoner Raid. Okay. That's going to help quite a bit. Now we have a turn 3 Preserver available to us. Coiling Stalker. Yeah, I was thinking about using the Cultivation and flash blocking out their 2/1. But I think I'm okay letting them get one hit in with the Stalker. What they're probably going to do is make their Road Captain a 3/3, I would guess, because it's got Menace. Oh, they might actually put a counter on their Merge Keeper then, because it'll be able to add extra mana in that scenario. Nope, they are going to put on their Menace creature, sure. I think we'll just make a 4/4 here. Next turn, we're going to get another 3/3 from the Azusa. I don't really mind taking a hit from the Captain. That is probably one I'm going to want to repel. Yeah. Yeah, we want to get rid of that now. Because I could just arrest their road captain and cycle, or whatever, channel this, but then they would get an extra 1/1 counter and put it on their merge keeper for ramp, which we don't want to happen. The 4/4 is not even a huge deal right now anyways. So if they attack, do I double block it? Oh, well if they make this attack, that's very easy. I'll just throw my 3/3 in front of their 2/1. This forces them to do something. I'm pretty happy with this. Like, I don't think they'd want to ninjutsu back their captain. Sure, maybe they have a "you already dead," but whatever. It's not lethal exploit. They would have just given the 3/3 -3 -3. This could also just been a mistake. Maybe they thought I would for sure double block their road captain. Wow, they're cycling. So they might need double white. That's kind of scary. Sure. Alright, well, we just got some free food. What does this do again? When it dies, return a saga or enchantment creature you control his hand, or return a saga from your graveyard to your hand. So it doesn't do anything right now. Ah, right. Stupid arrest with the long reach of night again. Alright, so I'm actually just gonna pass here after playing the terminal. Oh, please don't have spinning wheel kick. Oh, they're just gonna catch. So it's a 5/7? I can still double block that currently. I guess I'm going to. Alright. What was your big play that you had that other turn? Okay. Well, that is what we call nice for us. Don't think they wanted to do that. What should they have done then? Just sat back, I guess, and passed? I mean, I guess the raid is in the graveyard now for if their Satsuki dies, but whatever. Let's go ahead and channel this end of turn. Then we're going to make them discard a card or sack one of their creatures. Sometimes in those scenarios, you just got to make your opponent have it, you know? And sometimes they don't have it, and you just get them. Oh, that's very good, too. I think it's still better to get the long reach of night online first, instead of immediately eating something from the graveyard. That was a decent draw. Alright, so they did fix the longest reach now. To where if you don't have a creature, you can choose to sack a creature, so you won't have to discard a card. But since they don't have a card in their hand, they have to sacrifice a creature. Does that make sense? Can't imagine they're blocking there. Yeah. Alright, so they need to top deck some stuff here. Wait a minute. I don't know why they channeled that away. They could have just sacked. I'm confused. Doesn't matter. Okay. Terrarium was a pretty good draw, because that gives us another art. Oh, we already had Lion Sash, I guess. What color do we need? We don't really need any. I guess we'll just grab another Plains for the Sash purposes. This is pretty... Oh, shoot. You know what? I shouldn't actually be eating all of their creatures because we have the long reach of night. I've actually just kind of made my long reach of night smaller next turn. Oh well. Not the biggest deal. Alright, now we're going to put the 1/1 counter on the likeness of the Seeker so they cannot double block. And remember, I can eat cards from my own graveyard as well with Sash. Just make sure they don't have any more Sagas in the graveyard. And they will be very dead next turn. Alright, once again, just need to fade the Farewell. And that will be GG. Nice little 6-0 start here. With 5 color green, I guess, is what our deck is. What else would you expect from the #1 limited master in the world? Nothing less, I would assume. But it would be kind of nice to get the cool, clean 7-0 in this one. All right, we are on the play. Ooh, I'm gonna keep this hand. We've got 2 lands and a network terminal. This is what I'm talking about. You cannot count the network terminal as land, because we definitely need to draw a 3rd land here. Hopefully they just let me draw it next turn so I don't have to sweat. Alright, we got a sweat. Land next turn is pivotal. And my friends, that is a bricker. OP on mono red. I have to imagine they're also missing a color currently. Alright, saved. Let's go ahead and lead on our Circuit Mender since it just straight up blocks their boar, and if they want to use a removal spell here, then I get to draw another card. So if they just Kami Flare, I'm fine with that. Searchlight Companion. Ooh! That is a tasty hit. Oh, do they have a Volt Surge or Snare or whatever it's called? They could have a Kindled Fury. I've never seen Kindled Fury cast in this format, but they could have it. Alright. Terrarium into a Forest, into a Life of Toshiro on their flyer. Looks delicious. This is where we have a slight problem, though. If they do have a Voltage Surge, and they didn't want to use it, they're definitely going to use it now. Okay, so I am guessing they do not have Voltage Surge in their hand. The one way for me to have played around it is to actually have targeted the Spirit token with the Life of Toshiro, because this is not an artifact. But 100% targeting the flyer there. They're on 5 mountains. Again, very, very unlikely they're on mono red as they play an Atsushi. Oh boy. That is kind of problematic. That is no longer problematic. Alright, let's shoot that. Ah, once again, we have the long reach of night. But yeah, I have a feeling that maybe I shouldn't just... I shouldn't be playing this at all. It's just been so awkward every single time when we've drawn our arrest. And we keep drawing our arrest, so it's always awkward. It's just so much value, though. I don't know. Alright, there's their secondary color. So Life of Toshiro is going to flip next turn. Get a 2-3. And that 2-3 helps cast our Spinning Wheel Kick and Oath. It will absolutely block if they attack. Kami of Restless Shadows. I would be surprised if they want to put their 1/1 flyer on top, but they could. Okay. That kind of smells like they might have ninjutsu then. Let's go ahead and terminal. Let's go ahead and make our Circuit Mender a 3/4 as well. Two, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Oh, they do have a Voltage Surge. Sure. I have to draw a card and they can attack me. One card left in their hand, though. Feeling pretty good. Yep, I don't mind trading for the boar. Alright, great. One card left in their hand. We're just gonna slam this Imperial Oath and be like, okay, we're stable. Good luck. Two, 4, 6, 7. Well, this is all action. What's our play next turn? Yeah, I guess we're gonna draw all 3 of those. And if we do need to dig a little bit deeper, a little bit faster, we can play out the Sash and loot with the terminal. Huh? Alright, well, I'm gonna make the obvious block. It is a little bit safer to maybe triple block the Kami, because if they use a removal spell here, they're both gonna die. But I'm not gonna let them get a free hit in. Not when ninjas exist. They could have a Nashi or something, you know? That's fine, whatever. Oh. They messed up by not... They targeted me instead of one of my creatures. Whoopsies. If they had targeted one of the 2/2s, they would still keep their 3/3 alive here. But now it looks like this game is going to be over in a short amount of time. Alright, both our creatures have vigilance. We can pump the sash up to a 4/4. They're going to take 8 here. Unless they want to chump, which I guess they do. And we should have lethal next turn. Even if they just play a random creature, we can spinning wheel kick it and then eat a couple permanents, plus the tails gives another 1/1 counter here. I'm gonna go for it. Ten, 11, and 12. Got him. Alrighty. Not bad. I would accept that same showing in the Arena Open this weekend. How about that? Nice little 5-color 7/0. Take a peek at the deck again. Mana, not too shabby, especially since we're so heavy green. So as you can see, green is just like the super base. And then we splashed a little bit of red, a little bit of black, a little bit of white, a little bit of blue. Basically for just our most powerful cards and removal. I like the fact that I ended up cutting all of the weak red removal. Because, especially in sealed, like these aren't going to kill bombs. They're going to kill some early game pressure or some random utility creatures. But you really need things like Arrest or, Repel the Vile to deal with the big threats. So, good little showing. Hopefully you all enjoyed that. Like I said, this week we'll probably be doing some more sealed over draft for these daily videos. So, yeah. Go ahead and watch the deck building again if you want to learn, I think, the most you can. Because the gameplay is great and all, but the deck building for sealed is, I think, where you're going to make your biggest gains in improvement. And yeah, I'm sure not many people would have ended up on this style of build. I think a lot of you probably would have gone with the red cards, but I mean, I'm not saying that's bad. I think the red deck would have been fine and aggressive, but this is what I want to be doing in sealed, and I think is generally a better strategy. So hit that like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back tomorrow.